Lindy mentioned how it's a new beginning for the guys. Do you see them kind of have a new energy now that they're coming into this where their record doesn't matter?
Um, I don't know if the record ever doesn't matter because we're ninth place, so that's why we're playing Wednesday. We're aware of that, but we also know that it's a unique deal. You know, it's a tournament. It's one game, and you win, you move on. You lose, you don't. And that's kind of the approach we're going to take is try to put ourselves in position to win on Wednesday, and then see what happens from there.
You mentioned you love March. What is the excitement like this time of year?
Oh man, it's absolutely my favorite time of the year. Um, really intrigued to get up to Kansas City as soon as I can so I can watch Wofford College play in the conference championship game tonight. Follow it, I'm a junkie, but to have close friends like that that are all playing with a lot on the line. King Rice is another good friend, Monmouth, who hasn't had a great season. I think they didn't win a single game until December 31st, playing for an opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament. So to always have life, this time of year is pretty exciting.
What's it going to be like to take this young team to the tournament and just watch them grow through the process?
It'll be different for the freshmen. Obviously, our juniors have been there a couple times already, but we'll rely on those guys to really kind of set the tone in terms of the mental approach, how to prepare your body, how to make sure you're resting enough. And again, it's on Wednesday. It's 40 minutes, and we get a chance to extend our season or not.
Wendy said he believes that he can take this one game at a time and go pretty far. Just how do you keep that confidence in them?
Well, I mean, we know as a collective group what we're capable of. And again, we have to be good together. And when we have a game like we had Saturday, where our offense is running well in a lot of different ways, we have a lot of different guys contributing. We feel like we got a chance to compete against anybody in our league. So that's the approach we'll take. We can't win the tournament on Wednesday, but we can extend our season, and that's the focus we have.
What have you? Oh, sorry. What have you seen in recent film on TCU? Of course, you played them twice, but
Yeah,
what recently?
we played them twice in February, in about 2 weeks of each other. Had some personnel issues going on. Kind of in a lot of ways not different and too much than us. They got a center freshman who's more of a defensive presence than an offensive presence. They got two really good shooters and a couple other guys who can make plays. And we've had two really competitive games with them. So it's a game that we're excited to play. Because again, you want to be playing meaningful games in March, and nothing's more meaningful than a game that either extends your season or ends it.
You've mentioned a couple times the team developing the ability to kind of set aside a slow start, like kind of what you guys did against Baylor as opposed to Kansas State. That seems especially important in a tournament setting.
Yeah, and a lot of it is something I've had to learn how to manage throughout the year. When do you call a timeout? How quickly do you go to it? How quickly do you sub? Or do you let the guys kind of figure it out for a little while? So that'll be something I have to be mindful of. The start we get off to on Wednesday and how we're doing well in terms of getting out in transition, which is always really key for us, versus being stagnant offensively and trying to find more sets to go to.
What have you learned about managing a game this year, other than maybe using timeouts more freely than you did a year
Yeah,
ago?
I mean, I'll say this in terms of personal growth from a coaching standpoint. I don't know if I thought that I could coach seven guys to success. Now when it happened, obviously you just say, well, I got to figure it out. But now I know you don't have to have 10 or 11. And sometimes what happens is you can get guys settled into their roles easier when they know exactly what the deal is, as opposed to the ninth and 10th guy. Maybe they get in if there's foul trouble or if there's a run or if you need them versus zone. Everybody knows they're going to play. They know they're going to get shot opportunities. And if Thomas Suzawa shoots 3 straight air balls and he's open the next time, I want him to shoot it. There's no sub. I don't have another guy to put in for him. So he's either going to shoot, he's going to shoot us out of it, or he's going to make a bunch and we're going to have a chance to win.
How impressed have you been with the fight of those seven, given the circumstances out here?
I said on Saturday, I mean, those guys have really kept my spirits up. Not that I was down in any way, but they've helped me stay focused on just trying to help them because they brought an attitude of that we believe we can still get it done. They've been really, just kind of mentally tough through this all. They haven't really doubted each other. They haven't pointed fingers. And that's a sign of guys who really care about the right things and believe that if they will continue to get better, that they'll have a chance at the end of the season. And we feel like we're playing our best basketball of the year right now, which is always the goal.
Both the guys mentioned how the individual accolades didn't matter, but you were at all surprised that Yor was able to lead the league in blocks and not make the freshman or defensive team?
Yeah, I mean, it's It's unfortunate. I mean, and again, this is nothing against the guys who made it. They're all deserving. Obviously, we feel like we have guys who maybe deserve a little bit more recognition. So we honor the guys who were recognized. We also understand that, when you don't have success, that affects it sometimes. And the top teams have the most guys that get recognized. That's the way it goes. And so, as we continue to move forward and we start to have more success, we'll start to have more guys get the individual recognition that we believe they deserve.
What was it like to watch going to high school basketball? Caleb hit that game winner on Friday, and just know that you have 3 state champions coming in next year.
It was awesome, man. I actually walked in, came over here for practice and then went back, and I kind of monitored my speed a little bit on the turnpike. But when I walked in, I looked up at the scoreboard, and it was like a 15-point difference.
Yeah.
And I thought that I saw Memorial was down, but I couldn't believe that. So I stopped and looked again, and it was. They were down. I was kind of surprised, but it's what you get when you've won. It's why you want to recruit guys who won at a high level. There's a different mentality. They understand that sometimes you get down early, you learn how to fight back. You got to find different ways to win. So having that winning pedigree, having that in them, it won't be foreign when we talk about the first day they step on campus preparing to win a championship.